After one of her first encounters with Vladimir Putin in 2002, Angela Merkel joked to aides that she had passed the KGB test by staring straight into his eyes without averting her gaze. Unlike presidents in Washington, George W. Bush claimed to have gotten a glimpse of Putin's soul, and Barack Obama promised to reset relations with Russia. The German chancellor has never harbored any illusions about the former Soviet agent, nor hopes that she might change him. It is this hard-nosed realism, born of Merkel's own experience growing up in a Soviet garrison town in East Germany and reinforced over a turbulent 14-year relationship with Putin, that has earned her respect in the Kremlin and thrust her into the potentially risky role of chief mediator in the Ukraine crisis. When Merkel and Putin interacted is a clash of polar opposite worldviews, aides to the chancellor say. For Merkel, the physicist, the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 was a godsend that launched her extraordinary career as a politician. For Putin, who was living in the East German city of Dresden at the time, it was a calamity that led within 2 short years to the collapse of the Soviet Union, an event the Russian leader has described as the biggest geopolitical catastrophe of the 20th century. But despite different outlooks, Merkel and Putin, born less than 2 years apart, speak each other's language, literally and figuratively. Merkel, a fan of Tolstoy and Dostoevsky, won a trip to Moscow as a teenager for her mastery of the Russian language. Putin's favorite subject in school was German, which he perfected during his half-decade as a KGB officer in Dresden, later sending his daughters to the German school in Moscow. On Merkel's first trip to Moscow as chancellor, the two leaders conversed in their native tongues with translators present, but found themselves interjecting repeatedly to correct the interpreters. Aides say their conversations follow the same pattern to this day. They have been working together for over a decade, said Alexander A., head of the German-Russian Forum in Berlin. It hasn't always been smooth, but Putin knows Merkel better and respects her more than the other leaders. He's never had a good relationship with Obama,